Well, author JD DuBois knows all about striving for excellence while keeping cool under pressure, being both a former pro basketball player and NBA coach. In his new book, Breathe Through Chaos, he shares tips for navigating life's biggest challenges. It's so great to have you. Tell me more about this book. I mean, what prompted you to write it?
Yeah, so for me, like you mentioned, spent almost a decade coaching in the NBA. And then when we started the company Holistic Coaches, we were working with executives, CEOs, and everybody in between. And what we realized is the ones that were able to sustain success, they were able to really thrive under pressure. And we wanted to create a guide and provide tools that would allow you, regardless of what you do, to thrive under pressure.
Yeah, because I think, you know, when I first heard about your book, I was thinking, well, this is great for any athlete. And so many parents have kids that are dealing with sports from very young ages now. And you don't need to be involved in a sport to actually learn how to breathe through that chaos.
Yeah, so when you think about it now, you can be an athlete preparing for a big game, or you can be a mother of two getting two boys ready for back to school. The tool that one of the tools we talk about in the book is pre-performance routine, and being able to understand that before chaos emerges, can I prepare myself for what's to come next? And that's something that I think is a universal tool that we all can use.
Yeah, and there's 4 principles involved?
Yeah, so the 4 main tenets of Holistic Coaches is collaboration, intentionality, flexibility, and mindfulness. That's like the foundation of everything that we do at Holistic Coaches, and Breathe Through Chaos is the first project from our company.
Give me a little idea about each principle. Like, let's start with the first one. What exactly?
Yeah, so collaboration, it kind of connects to the pre-performance routine, which we talk about in the book, of where, as a parent, you can work with your child on, hey, we know we got a big exam tomorrow. What can we do tonight? Can we visualize? Can we slow our breathing down so that when we potentially prepare for that test or the test gets there, we're not too overwhelmed.
And what about the second principle?
Yeah, so flexibility is one of the other principles of Holistic Coaches, and sometimes having a routine is great, but we know that chaos is always in front of us, or the potential of chaos is in front of us. So being able to have that flexibility, and again, in the book we talk about mental reframe and understanding that pressure is a privilege, but if we can reframe how we view pressure, it allows us to get through it a lot easier.
Okay, and the third principle?
Yeah, so mindfulness is something that at Holistic Coaches is really our foundation. My PhD right now is in sport and performance psychology. So as a parent, as a coach, as a CEO, can we be mindful of what is the state of mind that we're in sometimes before we go into the office? At a stoplight, can we just take a couple of deep breaths? Can we reset? Right? Can we recenter and then give ourselves an opportunity to respond?
And lastly?
Lastly is just intentionality, right? How can we make sure that regardless of what we're preparing for, that we're intentional? So if I'm visualizing, let me be intentional about exactly what I want to see myself doing before I even get there. If I'm preparing for a big exam, if I'm preparing for a big speech tomorrow, let me see myself, let me feel exactly how I want it to look before I actually get to that space.
And when it's really, I mean, based on the title, Breathe Through Chaos, is it really about taking those breaths, or is that just a play on words?
Yeah, so it's a combination of both. It's really a mantra, something that we all can live by. I don't care what you do for a living, chaos is inevitable. And then breathing is just a tool that we want to really incorporate in our day-to-day lives. I kind of mentioned that red light is we all going to experience being at a red light at some point. But if we can have a tool that we utilize, which is our breath, to recenter ourselves, I think it really allows us to thrive in the midst of chaos or pressure.
And you're giving back some of the proceeds. Tell me about that.
Yeah, so one thing with Holistic Coaches and just myself, we wanted to make sure that we embedded service into the project. And so a percentage of proceeds is going back into youth mental health resources. And so every purchase that an individual makes, you're not only providing tools for yourself, but you're giving us as a company an opportunity to provide these tools to our community as well.
And I think it's so important because for so long, no one really talked about mental health, especially with young people. And so now the word is really getting out that it's so important. Beyond just the physical, it's the mental.
Yeah, I mean, we have to sometimes identify the fact that life is hard. Give ourselves grace. So often we're easily able to give everyone else grace, but if we can give ourselves a little bit of grace and recognize, look, life is difficult, but we want to just give you tools that allow you to thrive in the midst of anything that may be presented as difficult or challenging.
Well, thank you so much, JD. We certainly appreciate your time. Breathe Through Chaos, a guide to performing under pressure, is available now to purchase. The The website breathethroughchaos.com is on your screen right there, and you can also check our socials. Thanks again for joining us.
Thank you.
And you can
Appreciate
find more information about the book, Breathe Through Chaos, and author JD DuBois by just going to our website, kcomnews.com, and click Seen on TV.